At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. The Ford F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 Power Boost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. The Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 Power Boost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 Power Boost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. The Ford F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 Power Boost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. The Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 Power Boost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand, now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. Ford F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. The Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand, now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. The Ford F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. Ford F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. The Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. Ford F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. The Ford F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. The Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today.
The postseason has arrived, and tonight, the road to the CIF Southern Section Division III Championship starts at Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium. Newport Harbor is back on its home floor with everything on the line, opening up playoff play against Aliso Niguel. This is win or go home basketball where every possession matters and every mistake is magnified. The crowd continues to file in, the noise is building, and both teams understand there is no tomorrow without a win tonight. Harbor High School in Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium. I'm Taryn Rodriguez, joined once again by Mr. Josh Lee tonight. This is CIF Southern Section Playoff Boys Basketball, and there's no place either team would rather be right now.
You can tell right away this one feels different. Energy sharper, focus is tighter during warm-ups, and everyone in the building understands what's at stake. This isn't just another game, it's a season on the line.
Taking a look at this matchup, Newport Harbor enters tonight coming off of a hard-fought battle against Corona Del Mar in the regular season finale. The Sailors fell 59-51, but it was one of their more stronger and more complete performances in Sunset League play, competitive for 4 quarters against one of the top teams in the state. That effort carried over into a 6-12 overall record and a 3-9 mark in the challenging Sunset League. That said, the CIF Southern Section Playoff Committee deemed Newport Harbor worthy and allowed them to be an at-large team into the playoffs. Across the floor, Aliso Niguel has been steady as they come. The Wolverines have put together a strong season, finishing 20-8 overall and a perfect 8-0 in Seaview League play. But a couple of their games were close, having beaten Beckman both times by a combined 3 points and beaten Trabuco Hills in the first meeting by 4.
What makes this matchup interesting to me, Taryn, is that these two programs have not seen each other in a very long time. You have to go all the way back to the 2019-2020 season to find their last meeting. It was a 64-54 Newport Harbor win. There's no recent history to lean on. This is about matchups, preparation, film study, and execution in the moment. For Newport Harbor, there's some key pieces to watch. Owen Salkala is the senior leader. He's a 2025-2026 valedictorian. He's committed to John Hopkins, and he brings the energy when the game tightens up. Marcel Aguilar leads the team in scoring along with Salkala and has the ability to take over stretches of the game with his creativity and his shot making. And Cade Clark has shown he can rise to the occasion, certainly did last game that we covered, scoring double digits against CDM earlier this week, a top 10 team in the state.
Earlier today, we caught up with Cade Clark to talk about the playoff mindset and what it's going to take to go to round 2 of the CIF Southern Section playoffs.
So the part of our game our team's game that I think is going to translate the best to our next game is our shooting ability. We got some great shooters on our team. We got kids like Leighton Toribio, Antonio Hadziris, a bunch of other guys who are just really great shooters and really practice it. When it comes to tough games and how we have responded and how we've played, I'm really glad that we've had these types of moments because it does gear us up for games like these playoffs where it's a win or go home. And I just feel like that, when the time does come and, it's a really tight game and a tight environment, I just know we're going to stand out and we're going to show how great we are.
Going into the keys for tonight, for Newport Harbor, my key for them is consistency. Emotions are high when it comes to playoff games, and runs are going to happen in terms of scoring. If the Sailors can stay calm, trust their offense, and continue to defend the way they did against Corona Del Mar, they give themselves a real good chance of winning this one and advancing to the second round.
My key is going to be finishing possessions. Against a disciplined team like Aliso Niguel, you can't afford second chances. Defensive rebounds, strong closeouts, and clean outlets are critical. If Newport Harbor can end possessions on defense, turn them into controlled offensive trips, that's where they can hit the game in their favor.
Win or go home between these two teams, as we're going to step away for a quick break, but when we return, it'll be just about time for the tip-off. CIF Southern Section Division III Boys Basketball Playoff action is coming up next here on TAR TV Sports.
At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. The Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. The Ford F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump.
Welcome back into TAR TV Sports here at Newport Harbor High School for some CIF Southern Section Division I boys basketball action between Newport Harbor and Aliso Niguel. Before we get on into the matchup, we will be going straight into the national anthem. So we will see you all in a little bit. Welcome it back into TAR TV Sports, live here at Newport Harbor High School's Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium. Newport Harbor takes on Aliso Niguel in some playoff action, so we'll get into the starting lineups in a bit, but what are you looking forward to the most in this matchup, Mr. Lee?
I'm looking forward to seeing how Newport Harbor can defend. From what I've been told, as an alumni of Aliso Niguel, did a little scouting before the game, and what I've been told is the Sailors are going to face a lot more three-point attempts than they have in quite a bit during the season. So I'm looking forward to seeing not only how they defend those, but how they box out, turn it into transition, and whether we can get some transition points going off of some good defense.
Well, three-point shooting, Newport Harbor's seen quite a bit of that. They've seen a lot of good opponents such as Coronel Mar, Los Alamitos, Huntington Beach, Edison. Those teams really love to shoot the threes, and Aliso Niguel seems to be no exception. So the starting lineup for Aliso Niguel is as follows. Number 2, Colin Chin. Number 3, Jaden Myson. Number 5, Wyatt Richmond. Number 10, Henry Colston. And number 11, Jay Keys. Head coach for Aliso Niguel is Keith Barnett, who has been at Aliso Niguel for what seems to be quite a bit of a while. He's been a fixture of the Wolverines program.
He sure has, Taryn. He was actually my basketball coach back in the day, and judging by the looks of me, that was a long, long time ago. So he's been a fixture at Aliso Niguel, really good person, and very interesting to see him and the Wolverines versus my new home of the Sailors and Coach Toribio. It's going to be a well-coached game, well-played game, and looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Aliso Niguel coming out of the Seaview League, went a perfect 8-0. Did have a few close calls, but they were able to pull out a perfect league record and a league championship. For Newport Harbor, they finished 3-9 in Sunset League play. Tough gauntlet there, but the CIF Southern Section Committee deemed them worthy enough to make the playoffs. As starting lineup for Newport Harbor is as follows. Number 5, Antonio Hatziris. Number 11, Cade Clark. Number 14, Leighton Tribio. Number 14, Owen Salkala. And number 25, Marcel Aguilar. Bob Tribio is the head coach. He's been head coach for the Sailors for, it feels like, forever. Probably, I think this is year 14, if not 13 for Tribio. He's the second longest tenured coach actively in the Sunset League, right behind Marina's Nick Racklin. This is big for him and his team. Needed to fight tooth and nail to get into the playoffs right here and now. All right.
Yeah. It really appears like the CIF Southern Section Selection Committee watched that CDM game pretty closely, huh?
We are underway here as Newport Harbor wins the tip, as Hatziris has the ball over to Clark, to Salkala, back to Clark, over to Aguilar. Aguilar driving the paint. It's a jump ball as Aliso Niguel will have possession as the arrow points their way. Taking it out will be Henry Colston of the Wolverines. Aliso Niguel with their first possession as it goes down low. And it's an unfortunate missed layup by Chin. Newport Harbor driving the fast break. Hatziris gets fouled. Basket wouldn't count anyway. The foul is on Colin Chin, his first. Taking it out will be Antonio Hatziris. And it's an inbound play, and it's an offensive foul on Salkala. Basket will not count, so it'll be a push-off, and Aliso Niguel will have the ball again.
Yeah, the ref had the perfect view of that, Taryn. Owen, 2 hands to the chest of the defender. He's not going to get away with that tonight, unfortunately.
First turnover of the night for the Sailors as Aliso Niguel brings the ball up. Ball's in possession of Colston. Bad pass taken away by Clark. Clark pushing it up the floor. Salkala over to Tribio for 3. Baseline jumper, no good. Ball fought for, taken in by Colston. Here's Richmond over to Chin. Ball knocked away, recovered by Aliso Niguel's Myson. Meissen in the paint. Good defense. Better shot, as the first basket of the game is Jaden Meissen, and he gets the Wolverines on the board first. Here's Aguilar with it. Crosses his defender up. Goes to the basket. No good. Rebound taken in by Keys. Keys going to drive it in by himself. No good on that one, but he gets his own miss and cleans it up for 2. Trivio with it. Over to Aguilar. Hatsiris long 3-ball. No good. As ball is out of bounds. Wolverines ball as Aliso Niguel leads 4-0 to start this game. Here's the instant replay from Keys' basket. Collected his own miss. Here's Colston with it. Over to Meissen. Meissen feeds it down low. Colston played one-on-one. Here's the basket, but a traveling violation on the Wolverines. So it's Aliso Niguel's first turnover of the game. Newport Harbor still looking for their first points of the game. As Hatsiris gets the ball knocked off his foot, and it's taken away by Keys. And so wrapped up. And it's a timeout called by Aliso Niguel. Oh, actually, no, it's a jump ball. So correction. It's a jump ball as Newport Harbor arrow points to them, and they will have possession. Here's Hatsiris with it. Over to Saukala. Over to Clark. Swings it back to Saukala, to Aguilar. Down low to Saukala. Lays it up and in for 2.
And that's one of the areas that the Sailors have to take advantage of, is getting Owen down in the paint, going to work down near the rim.
Colston with it. Going over to Meissen for 3. Got it! Jaden Meissen from downtown gets his first points of the basket, and a foul is called on the other end. As Jaden Keys called for the foul, Leighton Trivio lines up a 3. He's got it!
Beautiful shot.
Trivio from downtown. As I always say, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. His father, Coach Bob Trivio, was a lethal three-point shooter back in his heyday with the Sailors. Here's Colston with it. Backwards pass intercepted. Aguilar driving the paint, going 2-on-1, and he gets it to go. Newport Harbor knocks this one up at 7 apiece. Here is Meissen with it. Meissen picked up by Saukala. Meissen in the paint, but he gets whistled for a travel, and Meissen doesn't believe the call, and Aliso Niguel fans don't believe it either. Newport Harbor will take it out as Clark and Hatsiris will push it up the floor. Clark to Aguilar. Back to Clark. Clark to Saukala for 3. No good. Rebound taken in by Chin. Here's Chin for 3. No good. Rebound taken in by Meissen. Meissen backing down Saukala. Almost got called for a travel again. No good from three-point land courtesy of Richmond. As here's Hatsiris pushing it up the floor. Long 3-ball from Hatsiris. Bullseye! And Newport Harbor takes its first lead of the game, courtesy of the signature long 3-ball from Antonio Hatsiris. Here's Meissen picked up by Aguilar. Richmond over to Colston. Over to Keys. To Chin. Chin thought about 3. Now he's going to put up a fadeaway. No good. Rebound taken in by Clark. Sailors seem to have settled in after a little bit of a rocky start. Here's Saukala. Skips it to Aguilar. Saukala picked up by Keys. Expect that matchup quite a bit. Double team coming for Saukala. He puts it up way off. Saukala fights for the ball. Out of bounds. Last touch by Saukala. And it'll be Wolverines ball.
Ooh, I was wondering if they were going to ask for help because that ball looked like it went right off the hands of number 11 at Aliso Niguel, Jay Keys. But nope, ball's Aliso's.
That seemed to be a 50-50 ball, but it is what it is. We're not the officials. We're the broadcasters. 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Wolverines need a basket here. That's a 3-ball. No good. Rebound taken in by Salkala. As here is Hatsiris slowly walking up the floor, and he gets it across court. Aguilar over to Clark. Thought about it. Here's Salkala back to Clark. It's here Hatsiris. Trivio, long 3-ball. No good. Rebound taken in by Keys. Wolverines pushing it up. Here comes Colston. Backward to Chin. Here's Keys. Shoots. And the field goal. And that puts Newport Harbor's lead back to 1 as we approach 2 minutes and change remaining in the first quarter. Hatsiris over to Salkala. Wide open 3. He's got it! Owen Salkala from downtown as the Johns Hopkins commit starts to light it up a bit. Here's Chin. Feeds it to Colston. Colston thought about it. Here's a 3-ball. Got it! Jaden Myson with his second 3-ball. He's up to 8 points. And Wolverines not backing down by any means. Here's Hatsiris with the floater. No good. Gets his own miss. Hatsiris going to try a long 3-ball. He's got it! Tony Hatsiris from downtown. And the little guy has some big impact on the court.
Nothing gets the tar pit more fired up than a Tony 3.
Ball taken away by Hatsiris. Hatsiris pushing the floor. He's going to try another 3-ball. No good. Rebound taken in by Colston. And a timeout called by Keith Barnett. For real this time. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll be back as quick as a flash in regulation. But we're going to talk about Aliso Niguel. It seems to be a team that maybe could have made an argument that they should have been at home for the playoffs because they wound up winning league and went a perfect 8-0. They have 20 wins, but here they are on the road. I bet you Aliso Niguel fans were not pleased when they found out that they had to be on the road against an at-large team.
Yeah, we are in a new day and age for all sports with the CIF playoffs. We're in the computer rankings phase, and you know the only thing I can think of is the Sailors' strength of schedule and close games and some quality wins put them over the top. But yeah, you're a Wolverine fan. You're wondering why we're not down in Aliso Viejo tonight, but luckily for us Sailors, we're right here in Newport Beach.
So a few substitutions coming in for both teams, as Aliso Niguel dribbles it up the court with about a minute to go in the first quarter. Ball's in the hands of Richmond. Ball nearly taken away, and it is taken away by Salkala. Salkala down low, back to Salkala, lays it up and in. Perfect assist by Cole Hawk. Ball's in the hands of Myson, over to Keys. Richmond back to Myson. Dribbling down to the paint. Lays it up and in. That is Will Fincher with his first basket of the game. And boy, did Aliso Niguel need that one. Sailors will have the final shot unless the Wolverines say so. Hatsiris with it. Nearly lost the dribble. Salkala over to Oliver Aguero. Here is Aguilar. Nearly lost his footing. Aguero shoots. No good. Rebound fought forward, taken in by the Wolverines. And the ball is not going to count anyway, as the first quarter will end. Newport Harbor will go into the second quarter up 18-14. We'll take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, second quarter action. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching live on Tar TV Sports on the NFHS Network. We'll be right back.
The Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's time.
Welcome back to the second quarter of CIF Southern Section Boys Basketball Playoff action. Newport Harbor leads 18-14 going into the second quarter as an errant pass from the Wolverines goes out of bounds. That's a perfect confirmed call. As checking it out will be Marcel Aguilar. Wolverines implementing a backcourt trap, something we would probably see from Corona Del Mar, as Aguero has it up court. Over to Salcala, over to Aguilar, back to Salcala, back to Aguilar. Aguilar dribbling into the paint, and he gets it to go. As that's his 4th point of the game, and Sailors now up by 6. Ball is in possession of Miles Irabarn, and the bucket.
That young man is a freshman. That was a nice move.
Aliso Niguel has a great guy on their hands for years to come. Aguilar kicks it out to Salcala for 3. Way off. Rebound taken in by Richmond. Wolverines pushing the pressure. And Keys laying it up. No good, but a foul. That one before the active shooting? Okay, so that was before the active shooting. So Aliso Niguel will take it out courtesy of Michael's Irabarn. He does get it in over to Richmond, to Irabarn. Irabarn going over and under. He's thought about 3, driving the paint. Contact, no foul. He wanted a foul, and so did Barnett, but no avail as Newport Harbor has it courtesy of Aguero. Here's Salcala. Oh, that's blocked by Richmond. As Richmond just swatted that thing away like it was a volleyball, which you might see next week here at Newport Harbor High. Pair of substitutes coming in for Newport Harbor, Cade Clark and Leighton Tribio. Aguilar will take it back. Here it is again, and yeah, Richmond got all ball right there. Aguilar will take it out. Just making sure everything is straightened out. 1.5 gone by in the second quarter. Here is Aguero. Aguero over to Tribio, over to Salcala. Salcala over to Aguilar. Aguilar got a square up for 3. Nope. Rebound fought for, taken in by Richmond. Wolverines back on the fast break again. He's thought about it. Now he's going to drive the paint, feed it down low. It's a train wreck in the paint. Here's Richmond, shoots. No good. Good defense by Clark. Tribio with the rebound. Aguero takes it up the court. Over to Salcala. To Aguero. Salcala. To Clark. To Salcala. Picked up by Keys. Thought about passing it. Will pass it to Aguero. To Aguilar. Down low to Salcala. Less than 10 seconds to shoot. No good. Rebound taken in by Richmond. Both teams struggling to find some points right now. Keys misfires on a 3 as Salcala rebounds the miss. Aguilar thought about going inside the paint. Tribio will wind up for 3. Way off. Rebound taken in by Aguero. Count it in the foul. Oliver Aguero will go to the line and make it 3. Back in for the Wolverines, Henry Colston. Checking in for Jay Keys. And foul was on Miles Irabarn. In and out on the three-point play, but Salkla with it. He gets it to go. Owen Salkla cleans up the miss and gets it to go for two.
It's just a hustle play right there.
Three-pointer from Irabarn. No good. Rebound fought for. Loose ball foul. Looks like it's going to be on Newport Harbor, and the ball will stay with Aliso Niguel. Looks like Tribio is the guilty culprit. Leighton Tribio, that is, as he'll go to the bench. Irabarn will take it out. Ball over to Fincher, to Irabarn. Irabarn shoots. High percentage shot. All good for Irabarn. Aguero pushes up the floor. Salkla with it. Aguilar tries to cross his man up. Clark for three. Way off. Rebound fought for, taken in by Fincher. Here come the Wolverines. Baseline jumper three. No good. Rebound taken in again by Fincher as Irabarn picked up by Hatziris. Here is Meissen. Meissen thought about it, but it looks like it's a traveling violation on Meissen. And Barnett is not happy, but it looks like there is a meeting. Might be an inadvertent whistle, might be a jump ball. We'll have to wait for it. If it is a jump ball, it will go Newport Harbor's way. So we'll have to wait to see what the call was. Meissen couldn't believe it on that call. So it is a jump ball, but since the possession arrow is pointing to Newport Harbor side, it'll go to Newport Harbor. So no turnover right there, but ball still heads to Newport Harbor. So after all that, Sailors will inbound it, courtesy of Marcel Aguilar.
Yeah, the ball was coming the Sailors' way regardless of which way they called it, but jump ball, and now the next one goes to the Wolverines.
Hatziris over to Aguilar. Hatziris was trying to put the moves on his man. Aguilar picked up by Colston. Aguilar blocked by Colston. Out of bounds. Still Newport Harbor ball, but what a great defensive play by Colston. Showing no love in the land right there. Hatziris takes it out to Salkla, to Tribio, to Aguilar. 15 on the shot clock. Down low to Salkla. Thought about getting double teamed. Salkla gonna go up, three hands in his face, but it's no problem for him. Owen Salkla with 11 points right away, and what an incredible shot through three hands in his face.
Yeah, that's the one offensive play the Wolverines are not going to be able to stop if they're able to get that ball down low to him.
Here's the shot from Irabarn, no good. Looked like Hatziris got a little bit on the waist, but Sailors will take it up. Aguilar with it. Down low to Salkla, a little bit of contact. Salkla with it, no good, but cleans up the miss, and he puts that up for two. Salkla with 13 points, leading the Sailors, and Sailors have opened up a 10-point lead. Here's Meissen with it. Meissen over to Richmond. Long three ball. Way off, out of bounds. So we get some substitutions coming in. Couple from Aliso, one from Newport Harbor. Instant replay on that last Owen Salkla shot. Looked like Richmond got a piece of that ball, but Salkla was able to Windex the ball and put it back in.
If he just continues to stay aggressive, the Wolverines are going to really struggle being able to take care of him. He's a big body in the paint.
Salkla picked up by Keys. Over to Aguilar. Back out to Clark. Clark driving it. No good. And a hard foul. As that's going to be on Aguero. My apologies. That was Aguero on the shot and on the foul. Aliso Niguel ball regardless.
But even still, they got the ball down to Owen down low. He got double teamed, kicked it to a wide open teammate. Aguero couldn't put it down, but That play of Owen down in the paint is going to open up quite a bit for the Sailors if they could stick to it, and Owen can stay aggressive.
Taken out will be Henry Colston. Over to Colin Chin. Chin over to Richmond. Back to Chin. Chin picked up by Hatsiris. Chin thought about it. Going to Meissen. Meissen picked up by Aguilar. Here's Richmond. Shot. No good on the shot regardless, but a foul. As Aguero is called for the foul. So it's actually the fourth team foul on Newport Harbor. So the next foul actually puts Aliso Niguel at the free throw line.
That is also the second on Aguero in about 15 seconds.
So 2:20 remaining in this second quarter. Ball's inbound into Keys. Keys picked up by Trivio. Good move. Ball good, but a foul. But a good move regardless from Jay Keys, as he'll go to the line for two as Leighton Trivio called for a second. First shot is good. Into the game for Newport Harbor is Cole Hawk. Here comes Keys' second free throw. Gets by two, get two on that one, as that cuts Newport Harbor's lead down to 8 as the Wolverines are in the bonus. So next time a defensive foul on Newport Harbor is called, it'll be free throws for Aliso Niguel. It's Clark with it over to Salkala as we approach 2 minutes in the first half. Here's Hawk to Salkala. Salkala over to Aguilar. Aguilar going inside. Aguilar loses his footing and out of bounds as Aliso Niguel will take over. Something you don't want to see if you're Newport Harbor. Turnovers piling up. That's kind of what happened against Cronel Mar in the fourth quarter last Monday. So here is Meissen over to Keys. Back to Meissen. Thought about a three. Driving the paint with the teardrop. No good. Rebound taken in by Salkala. So we approach 90 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Salkala, spin cycle. Thought about it. He'll go up. No good, but a foul. And it's in the act of shooting, so Salkala will head to the charity stripe. As the foul is called on Jaden Meissen. Only his first. First shot is good for the Johns Hopkins commit. Salkala is just muscling his way in. Looked like Keys got a piece of that ball. Keys was like, I can't believe that was a foul. And Salkala gets 2 from the charity stripe, putting him at 15 points. He has half of what Newport Harbor has overall. Here's Meissen with it over to Keys. Taking it to Maverick Smith, who just recently checked in. To Meissen. Going to Colston. Colston lost his footing. Over to Chin, picked up by Hatsiris. 1 minute to go in the second quarter. Colston thought about it. Now he's going to drive the baseline. Double dribble called on the Wolverines as Newport Harbor will take it. Basket will not count. Newport Harbor going to try to push it up the floor, but Hatsiris loses it. Picked up by Chin. Down low to Colston. Oh, what a basket by Henry Colston. Contact at all, but he still gets it to go. Wolverines capitalizing on the Newport Harbor miscue. Newport Harbor has it. 5-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Here's Salkala with it, picked up by Keys. Here's Hatsiris, picked up by Chin. Now Hatsiris is doubled. Here's Aguilar with 5 on the shot clock, kicking it out, but it's not going to count as that's going to be a traveling violation And back-to-back turnovers from Newport Harbor is not what Trivia wants to see. Bob Trivia, that is.
Yeah, no, let's hope they can get a defensive stop here, Taryn, because they've had a really good first half. They've built an 8-point lead, and it would be quite a bummer for them to lose that lead headed into half. Let's hope we keep Aliso's momentum from rolling.
Hudson Winning checks in for Newport Harbor as Aliso Niguel has it with 9.5 seconds left in the second quarter. So it'd be big if they were to get the lead down to 6, if not 5. Here's a long 3-ball, in and out. Sailors with it, and that'll do it for the first half of this CIF Southern Section Division III first-round playoff game. Newport Harbor will go into the half up 30-22. Still have a lot to clean up if you're Newport Harbor. Nothing to be comfortable about as Sailors will look to try to add to their lead going into the second half. We'll take us into a break. When we come back, we'll have the second half between Aliso Niguel and Newport Harbor. We'll be right back. You're watching TAR TV Sports on the NFHS Network. Don't go anywhere.
F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. Ford F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. The Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. Ford F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump.
Welcome back to the second half of the CIF Southern Section Division 3 first round matchup between Newport Harbor and Aliso Niguel. Sailors lead the Wolverines 30-22 at the half, as the score has been a lot closer than expected. Newport Harbor has gotten a few good breaks here and there in terms of feeding it to Owen Salkala, who has 15 points. But Aliso Niguel's kind of hanging around with that defensive effort. What do you think of the match so far, Josh?
Well, I think Newport Harbor has to be pretty happy with how this first half has gone. I think as you hinted at there, the clear advantage is Owen Salkala down in the paint, getting low, creating shots for other people as well as for himself. So 15 points in the first half. I expect, hopefully, for the same thing for the Sailors, and more importantly, for him to get that ball down in the paint and then create shots for his teammates.
Sailors led by as many as 10. Aliso Niguel tried to make a little bit of a push, but Newport Harbor was there to still maintain the lead and continue their strong grip. So we are going to go into the third quarter. Looks like the ball will be taken out by Aliso Niguel, courtesy of Henry Colston. Here is Colin Chin with it, picked up by Antonio Hatziris. Over to Keys, Jay Keys. Dangerous pass, swings it all the way to the perimeter. Here's Chin, over to Colston. Colston picked up by Keys. Needs it down low, quadruple team. Here's Keys, thought about a three, but it's going to be a traveling violation on Keys. That's not what you want to see if you're Aliso Niguel.
No, but that was good help defense by the Sailors, especially off ball, forcing them to continue passing until they made a self-inflicted mistake.
Here is Marcel Aguilar, picked up by Colston. Swings it over to Salkala, back to Aguilar, to Clark. Here's Aguilar. Salkala going to line up for three. Way off. Rebound taken in by Wyatt Richmond. Richmond will take it up the floor. Here's Chin, picked up by Hatziris. Here's Colston. Here's Richmond driving the paint. Count it, and the foul. Wyatt Richmond with his first points of the game, and he'll go to the line for a chance for a three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, that was a nice take to the bucket by Wyatt there. He picked up the foul, put it in. He's got an opportunity for a three-point play.
Richmond completes the three-point play, and just like that, Newport Harbor's lead is down to 5. Aliso Niguel, Seaview League champion, didn't get this far just to lose on the road. Trying to prove to everyone that they should have probably been hosting. So here's Salkala picked up by Keys. Here's Tribune lining up for three. No good. Rebound taken in by Aguilar as Newport Harbor gets a fresh 35. So here's Tribune going to Clark. To Salkala. Salkala, long three ball. No good. Aguilar rebounds the miss again as Newport Harbor gets another fresh shot clock. Clark picked up by Colston. Lost his dribble for a moment. Hatziris picked up by Chin. And a foul is called. So Colin Chin picks up his second. It's a second personal. Should mention that whoever wins this match will face the winner of Glendora and Portola, as Salkala misfires on that one. Keys has the ball up top. Here's Chin, back to Keys. Over to Meissen. Count it, and the foul! And Jaden Meissen will go to the line for another three-point play. Actually, their leading scorer, as he has 10 points to lead everybody on the Aliso Niguel squad. First player to crack double digits for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and that's nothing new for the Wolverines. Number 3, Jaden Meissen, has over 1,000 career points on varsity basketball at Aliso Niguel.
He misfires on the three-point play opportunity, but it's a 5-0 run for the Wolverines. Sailors have been in a drought ever since the end of the previous quarter. Aguilar lost his footing. Salcola with it. Back to Aguilar, picked up by Colston. Aguilar driving the paint. No good, and it's going to be a traveling violation as Tribio not liking what he's seeing. And this is not looking good for Newport Harbor as turnovers and blown opportunities are starting to pile up for them.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, we got to get Owen back down in the paint, creating plays. We really haven't seen that here in the second half yet.
Here's Colston trying to put the moves on his man. No good. Rebound fought forward, taken in by Tribio. Salcola going to push it up the floor. Sailors without a basket the past 4 minutes. Here's a three ball blocked by Meissen. Out of bounds. Sailors will retain possession as coming in will be Oliver Aguero. As Aguero will take it out. That was a well-timed block by Meissen. Little miscommunication here. Aguilar misfires, and the drought continues for Newport Harbor. Misfires on the layup, but a foul. As it's going to be 2 shots for Colin Chin. As the foul is called on Tribio. No, Cade Clark, actually. That's his second. Aliso Niguel has a chance to get within as little as 1. First point of the night for Colin Chin. A 6-0 run for Aliso Niguel.
Yeah, well, as much as the Sailors controlled the first half with hustle plays and good rebounds off the board, the Wolverines have been doing that in the second half pretty darn consistently.
Newport Harbor needs a basket here ASAP. As Clark crossing over, here's the shot. No good, but he'll go to the line for 2. So Colin Chin is the guilty culprit. That's his 3rd personal. Cade Clark will go to the line for 2 shots. Yes, thank you to one of our photographers right there for help wiping it up. First one is good. That's Cade Clark's first points of the game. Newport Harbor's first points of the second half, as coming in is Miles Irabarn. As Newport Harbor finally snaps its point drought, but misfires on the second. Aliso Niguel with a chance to tie this one, as here's Meissen pushing it up the floor. Meissen over to Richmond. Here's Keys. Keys driving the paint. Tough angle. Misfires no good. Back to Keys. Here's Keys again. Count it, and the foul. As the Wolverines have tied this one up, and they have a chance to take a lead, courtesy of Jay Keys.
That was just all heart and effort by Keys right there. Man, it seemed like he was just not going to be denied no matter how many times it took.
It's a 9-1 run for Aliso Niguel, as Newport Harbor is without a field goal ever since late in the second quarter. And Aliso Niguel completes the 3-point play. It's their first lead of the night since early in the first quarter. Newport Harbor has a lot of work to do. As a foul away from the ball, as it'll be Jaden Meissen on the foul. Jaden Meissen is the one on the foul. Here is Cade Clark over to Owen Salcola. Salcola was red hot in the first half. Here's Aguero. Back to Salcola. He's going to line it up for 3, but he's fouled on the 3 ball as Keys can't believe it, and neither can Keith Barnett. So that's going to be key. It's going to be the second foul on Jay Keys, as Owen Salcola will go to the line for 3 free throws. First free throw is good, putting Salcola up to 16 points, tying this one up at 32 apiece. No good on the second. Here's the free throw. Looks like he kind of leaned in. Salcola will have one more to try to give Newport Harbor the lead back. And he makes the third, so he goes 2 for 3, pushes his total up to 17 points, and gives Newport Harbor a brief 1-point lead.
Good news on that.
Wide open for 3. No good. Sorry to cut you off there. Rebound taken in by Irabarn. Irabarn wrapped up, pushes it out. That's a 3-ball right there for Meissen. In and out. Rebound taken by Richmond. Newport Harbor needs to start cleaning the glass. Richmond fouled, and that'll be in the active shooting. And Newport Harbor lets 2 offensive rebounds go through their fingertips.
Bad news for the Sailors there, and it almost feels like a double-edged sword here that number 2, Colin Jin, got taken out, but that brought in number 24, Miles Irabarn, and he is the freshman who's been shooting it pretty well in the first half, and ever since he's come in, they've gone on quite a run here.
So Richmond nails the first one. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. And he makes the second. Wolverines have only missed 1 free throw. Newport Harbor has not scored a field goal this quarter. This is becoming a little concerning as Aguilar is with it. Salcola over to Hawk, back to Aguilar. Aguilar going to drive the paint. High off the glass, no good. Rebound cleaned up and put back in by Cole Hawk. It's his first points of the game and for Newport Harbor's first field goal with about 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Irabarn over to Meissen. Meissen driving the paint. Lays it up and in for Jaden Meissen. Here's Salcola. Kicks it back out. That's a 3-ball right there. In and out. Rebound fought for, taken in. Who wants it more? It is Newport Harbor. Salcola going up, laying it up, and in. And Trivia wants a timeout, but he doesn't get it. And, yeah, Trivia will get his timeout. And that's a classic Bob Trivio move. Momentum layup, calls timeout. And it's a 30-second timeout for Newport Harbor. So here was the shot inside the Newport Harbor locker room at halftime. Sailors led by 8, but they hadn't really gotten anything going in the third quarter. They just now start scoring 2 field goals right there. And then their once 8-point lead, once led by 10, by the way, is now down to 1. Aliso Niguel, once again, Seaview League champion, trying to make a case that they should have gotten a home game. Newport Harbor, at large from the Sunset League, finished a tough 6th place, but did pick up really good wins against the likes of Edison, which made the playoffs. Also have some other non-league wins against Servite, which also made the playoffs. Aliso Niguel will take it up the floor. Here is Colston over to Richmond. Meissen going to drive the paint, thought about it, going to kick it back out to Irabarn. Here is Keys. Keys nearly gets it stripped. Difficult shot. Great defense by the Sailors as here they come on the fast break. Aguilar picked up by Colston. Near turnover right there as Trivio has it. Trivio kicks it to Aguero. Aguilar crosses his man up. Nearly a travel, and it's stripped and taken away by Keys. Here comes Aliso on the fast break. Meissen for a 3, way off, but rebound by the Wolverines. Missed layup right there as the rebound is fought for. It's a train wreck for the ball, and Aliso Niguel still has possession, but it's taken away by Aguero. Aguero driving the paint, spin cycle to the paint. He's fouled. But what a sequence from Oliver Aguero as Henry Colston gets whistled for the foul. And Bob Trivio loves what he sees. Just look at that sequence. Picking that ball off like a seedless grape, and he'll get a chance to push this lead as that was Aliso Niguel's 5th foul, putting them in the bonus. First one is good. Fincher checking in for Aliso Niguel. Aguero, sophomore point guard. Getting some valuable experience for Newport Harbor. Makes the second. That pushes Newport Harbor's lead up to 3. Both teams are in the penalty, so next defensive foul will put the foul recipient at the charity stripe. Here's Myson down low, as here's Keys going upper and lays it up and in. Great patience from Jay Keys.
Yeah, that was a nice backdoor cut by Aliso. Led open to Keys, come down at the block, pump fake, and in.
About a minute and change remaining in this third quarter. Saukkola picked up by Keys. Saukkola gets his pass taken away by Keys. Keys going to try to push it up. Going to try to give Aliso Niguel the lead. And he is fouled. Don't think that was in the act of shooting. But he tried. Oh, it might have actually been the act of shooting. And that's what we call, well, regardless, there's going to be 2 free throws because Newport Harbor's in the bonus and so is Aliso Niguel. Here's Keys at the line. He's got 10 points, make it 11. He's checking in for Aliso Niguel is Maverick Smith. So Keys leads the Wolverines with 11 points. As you said, Josh, he is one of 2 players with 1,000 career points on varsity, which is an amazing accomplishment right there.
It's a huge accomplishment.
And he gives Aliso Niguel the lead as he pushes his total up to 12 points. Newport Harbor with it. The minute to go in the third quarter. Saukkola picked up by Keys. Aguilar picked up by Fincher. Saukkola over to Aguero. Aguero driving the paint, going over, but a foul. And regardless of whether that was in the act of shooting or not, it'll be free throws for Aguero. As the foul is called by Miles Irabarn. First free throw, no good.
Yeah, the biggest concern, Taryn, for me here with the Sailors is that we really haven't seen whether the Wolverines could even stop Owen down in the block. We've really gone away from it here in the second half. He keeps getting the ball out of the perimeter, and that makes it easier for the Wolverines to defend the Sailors' best mismatch.
Misses both free throws on that one. Newport Harbor has been a little shaky at the free throw line. Keys nearly gets it stolen, but a foul. That one's going to be a foul, and Newport Harbor is in the bonus. So Aliso Niguel will go to the line for 2 with Keys trying to push the lead up to 3.
Jay Keys, shooting 2.
First free throw is good from Keys, giving him 13 points. Coming back in is Henry Colston. The second free throw. That one rattles in. Aliso Niguel now up 3. Newport Harbor will hold for the final shot. Here's Saukkola. Over to Aguilar. Over to Hawk. Up to Saukkola. Saukkola thought about driving. Step back 3. Looked like there was some contact. And it's an offensive foul as Owen Saukkola looks like he gets leaned in to Jay Keys, and that'll be an offensive foul. That's going to be his 3rd personal foul. No free throws since that was an offensive foul, so Aliso Niguel will now hold for the final shot. And it looks like Saukkola might have leaned in or might have had a shooter's trip against Keys. Regardless, it is Aliso Niguel ball. They'll hold for the final shot. Here's Chin, step back three. Got it! Colin Chin from downtown, and what a way to end the third quarter as the Aliso Niguel faithful cheer loud with the Wolverines up 45-39. Newport Harbor has a lot of ground to make up going into the fourth quarter if they want to keep their season alive. But we'll take a quick break when we come back. The fourth quarter between the Sailors and the Wolverines. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Tar TV Sports on NFHS Network. We'll be right back.
The Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the...
Welcome back to the fourth quarter of this CIF Southern Section Division III first-round match. Newport Harbor with it, down 6, led by 8 at halftime, but Aliso Niguel caught fire while Newport Harbor caught a cold. As Aguilar went with a jump step. Hatziris with it. Hatziris with a step-back three. Bang! Antonio Hatziris with his third three of the night, and that was something Newport Harbor needed in the worst way. Here's Irabarn over to Mason. Difficult shot, no good. Rebound fought for, taken in by Hatziris as Mason had a tough look, but the ball is thrown out of bounds. Last touch by the Sailors. Turnovers cannot be happening for this Newport Harbor team.
No, possessions like that definitely start killing the run that they went on with a Tony 3.
Aliso Niguel took the lead, led by as many as 6. And here's Chin, quacked by Saukala. What a rejection by Saukala, just getting barely a piece of that. Here comes Newport Harbor on the fast break. Hatziris for 3, rattles out. Hatziris gets his own miss, courtesy of Clark. Aguilar going to try to slow things down. Aguilar driving the paint. No good, but a foul.
Sailors coming out here in the fourth quarter being a little more aggressive, especially off the dribble.
So that foul was on Will Fincher. So Newport Harbor will go to the line, shoot 2. No good. And once again, it's another missed free throw for Newport Harbor. He gets their 6th missed free throw. Aliso Niguel's only missed 1 free throw, which is concerning. And he splits the pair as Newport Harbor only trails by 1 or 2. As we are a minute into this fourth quarter. Winner plays the winner of Glendora Portola. Sorry about that.
Yeah, those missed free throws can really stack up as Aliso goes and get another 2 points there. Keep an eye on the final score and look at that free throw tally.
That was Jaden Meissen on that last layup. Trivio with it. Feeds it to Hatziris. Hatziris going to line up for 3. It's good! Antonio Hatziris with his 4th 3-ball of the game, and it's just a 1-point game. Then over to Irabarn. Irabarn going in. Contact and a foul. As looks like Leighton Trivio is going to be the guilty culprit. And going to the line will be Miles Irabarn. Trivio's 3rd foul. Here is Irabarn, only a freshman, getting his time to shine. First free throw is good. Oliver Guerrero checking in for Newport Harbor. Also checking in for Aliso Niguel, Henry Colston. And second free throw is good from Irabarn. Aliso Niguel has been automatic from the charity stripe. It's the game of inches in terms of basketball. Here's Hatsiris. Thought about it. Now he's going to lean in for three. Oh, it's good! Antonio Hatsiris, 3 3 balls in the fourth quarter. And it's tied up at 49. Jin blocked by Sokla. Hatsiris trying to get out. Here comes Newport Harbor on the attack. Here's the lay-in. Offensive foul! Oliver Aguero put that on the charge card, says Colin Chin. And what a big break from Aliso Niguel as the little man Chin takes one on the chin, and he'll get the ball back for Aliso Niguel.
Yeah, Taryn, that is a Coach Barnett staple dating back well over a decade. Have your young guards, your shorter guards sitting down there on the breakaway. Make sure that they're willing and able to take the charge and switch the momentum.
Apologies on that one. That was actually Meissen that took the charge for Aliso Niguel. Jaden Meissen putting that one on the charge card. Oh, look at this amazing movement, but it's a travel as Colston got a little bit too happy with those feet as Newport Harbor clinching on to this tie ball game at 49. Hatsiris nearly had it stolen. Hatsiris feeds it to Aguilar. Aguilar over to Saukla. To Hatsiris. He's been red hot as of late. Hatsiris, wild pass to Saukla. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Saukla, step back three. Bang! Sailors take the lead. They are red hot from downtown. Timeout, Aliso Niguel. Newport Harbor up 3. 4:47 left to go in this fourth quarter. And the Sailors have come back alive.
These threes are more contagious than the flu, Taryn.
Look at this step back three. Looks like Steph Curry out there. Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. Either way, that is a splash brother. The winner of this matchup will face the winner of Glendora versus Portola. Portola on the road, taking on Glendora. Coin flips have happened when it comes to the boys basketball second round matchups.
Portola is also another league champion from the PCL League that's going on the road in round one, similar to Aliso Niguel Wolverines.
Indeed it is. So looking at the possibilities of who could host, we will get to that in a little bit. We won't have that right away. I'll keep you all in suspense. So Newport Harbor's on the road regardless of if they win tonight. If Aliso Niguel wins, they'll be at home for the second round. So Newport Harbor will either be in Irvine or they'll either be in Glendora for the second round if they come out. But if Aliso Niguel wins, they will be at home where they probably should have been in the first round. Oh, look at that easy pass. No good. Rebound fought for, taken in by Colston. Colston in the paint, picked up by Saukla. Here is Meissen. Jump steps, turn around, good. What a sequence from Jaden Meissen. That is his 14th point of the night. Second in points for the Wolverines as Aliso pulls within one. Hatsiris thought about it. Here's Saukla. Here is Saukla held onto, and that one's not going to be in the act of shooting.
There it is, Taryn. That's what I've been clamoring for the entire second half, is just getting Owen down low. Automatic foul right there.
Saukla with it, picked up by Keys. Here is Aguilar, driving the paint, going up, tough shot, down it! And the foul! Oh, what a shot from Marcel Aguilar! He is going to the line for a possible three-point play.
Marcel makes the shot, fouled by Henry Colston. So Marcel gets another shot.
That was called on Henry Colston, as Aguilar will try to make it 3 the hard way. Junior shooting guard, making some big plays here. And he completes the 3-point play opportunity, putting him up to 8 points. Sailors up 4. We're halfway through the fourth quarter. Here is Irabarn. Irabarn thought about it, now kicks it out to Richmond for 3, way off. Rebound fought for, and it is out of bounds. Last touch by Aliso, and Jay Keys is down. Okay, gets back up. So false alarm, everybody, but he is holding his shoulder. Oh, that's not good if you're Aliso Niguel. He is cradling that left shoulder. He is right. That's not good if you're Aliso Niguel. But actually, it's going to. Actually, what's happening? Looks like the call has been overturned, and it's going to be Aliso Niguel ball, which might actually be the correct call.
Yeah, Jay Keys got sandwiched there between 2 Sailors with his left arm extended. That looked very dangerous. Glad he's okay.
And he is okay. Here's Irabarn, thought about it, driving the paint, tough shot, counted in the foul. The freshman, Miles Irabarn, will go to the line for a possible 3-point play, as he has 8 points. This has just been the case of 3-point plays for both of these teams. Both teams not afraid to go get down and dirty in the paint, as here comes Henry Colston. Irabarn splashes in the free throw for his 9th point. Only a freshman, mind you. This kid might be something special in the near future. So here's Aguilar. Aguilar picked up by Colston. Aguilar driving the paint. No good. Rebound. Tried to get back up there. Aguilar with it. Ping-ponged out of bounds. Last touch by the Wolverines. It looked like Myson just barely had his hand in the cookie jar. Aguilar will take it out from in front of the Newport Harbor bench. Here's Salkala. Hatziris thought about it. He'll try a long 3. That one might have been blocked, as Irabarn got a piece of it. And Aliso Niguel, with a chance to take the lead, is a long 3 ball. Got it! Jaden Myson for 3, and Aliso Niguel retakes the lead. What a sequence right there. These Wolverines have claws, ladies and gentlemen. So here's Salkala over to Hatziris, to Clark. Down low to Salkala, hammered, as that is a foul. That was a tough one, but you had to do what you had to do if you're Wyatt Richmond. And that was a good play, as Owen Salkala will go to the line for 2. Newport Harbor fans, or the students at least, are saying that's a technical, but nah. It's a good, clean, hard foul, preventing the layup. Missed free throw right there. Once again, missed free throws are plaguing this Newport Harbor team. This is looking really bad. That might be their 7th or 8th miss of the night from the charity stripe. Here is that play again. Misses again. Newport Harbor, if they somehow get out of this first round, if they look at the tape and see these numbers, they are probably going to want to flush this down the toilet. And it's a timeout called by Aliso Niguel, leading 57-55. What an exciting first-round match this has been for both teams.
Yeah, hopefully Newport could figure it out here. I mean, if we simply had made some free throws, this game would be at a fairly comfortable margin. But because of the free throw discrepancy, they find themselves in a 2-point deficit with 2.5 minutes to play. This is when it becomes even more important. Hopefully the Sailors are able to turn it around as Aliso Niguel continues to capitalize and just plays good, solid, clean basketball.
Aliso Niguel has only missed 1 free throw all night. Newport Harbor has missed 8, maybe 9 free throws. That's not a recipe for success. This is what makes or breaks a team's season. Aliso Niguel, the first-place team from the Seaview League, taking on the at-large Newport Harbor team from the Sunset League. Last time these two teams met was in a tournament. I believe it was the Godinez tournament where Newport Harbor wound up winning 64-54. Way different team from back in the 2019-2020 season. This game still is up for grabs for both of these teams.
Sure is. This last 2.5 minutes, it's going to come down to who can execute. And honestly, on the boards, who just wants it more?
Keys inbounds it to Colin Chin. Chin picked up by Hatsiris. Over to Keys. Back to Chin. A little bit of a tumble away from the ball. Here's Clark picked up. Clark has picked up Irachin. Here's Myson, slipped and fell. Taken away by Hatsiris. Here's Salkala, wide open. Oh no, he missed the dunk! And a call away from the ball. Might have been a missed call here as Myson slipped and it was taken away by Hatsiris. Look at that perfect breakaway, and Salkala, guess he's not going to the dunk contest anytime soon.
Well, you know, it did look like upon replay, like as he was going to carry it up, he got slapped on the arm. But man, high school basketball, it's really hard to see that in full speed. I didn't see it in full speed, only on the slow-mo replay, but I do wonder if that had any impact on the dunk. But either way, here we are. They're cleaning up the floor, and it looks like the Wolverine, number 3, slipped there on a slippery floor. So hopefully they got that cleaned up because that's a safety hazard.
It is indeed. So Aliso Niguel ball with Irabarn taking it out over to Chin with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Irabarn. Here's the screen coming up for him. Here is Myson. Down low to Keys. Keys getting, looked like he got doubled. Back out to Irabarn. Irabarn thinking about it. Driving the paint. No good on the layup. Salkala taking the miss. 100 seconds left to go in regulation. Salkala full head of steam and a foul. Don't think that was in the act of shooting, as Wolverines are asking for a travel. So that is a foul on Jay Keys. And it looks like it is going to be a foul. It's a foul regardless, but the Wolverines are in the bonus. Salkala back at the line. Checking in for Aliso Niguel is Henry Colston. Sorry, go ahead.
No, this is just where Owen has got to rely on all his practice. He's a good free throw shooter. Just got to take a deep breath and trust himself.
First one is good. And that actually gives him 20 points on the night, which is just unbelievable right there. He has 1,000 points of his own on varsity. Let's see if he can knock this one up. Oh, dear goodness. That is something you want to gouge your eyes at if you're a Newport Harbor fan. So Aliso Niguel will have it up 1 as Chin will take it up over to Richmond. Here's Myson, kicks it out to Irabarn. Irabarn picked up by Clark. Here is Colston. Oh, look at that crossover into the paint. Tough look, and he gets it to go. Henry Colston, only his 4th point of the game, but what a big point right there as Aguilar pushing up the court. Ball taken away, taken by Colston. Back-to-back big plays, ball deflected. Still in possession of Aliso Niguel, taken away by Hatsiris. 1 minute remaining in this contest. They gotta get it up the court. Salkala, Aguilar, over to Clark. Thought about it. Here's Hatsiris. He thought about it. Salkala looking. Time is ticking away here. Newport Harbor's got to figure it out. Salkala, 4-3 for the tie. No good. Rebound taken in by Chin. Smallest guy on the court, but he was able to take it and It's a timeout called by Keith Barnett of Aliso Niguel. So a lot of time passed away on that possession as Sailors come away with nothing, still down 3 with a little under 33 seconds to go.
Well, this is where they're going to have to hope that the roles of the first 58 or 59 minutes of the game reverse, and if they can't get a stop here, that when they foul them, that Aliso, for the first time, really all game, maybe the second time, misses some free throws.
Sailors season hanging on the balance. Aliso Niguel with just 1 timeout, and Newport Harbor is in the bonus. Newport Harbor with 4 timeouts remaining, and they still have 2. And Newport Harbor still have 2 fouls to give. And looking on screen, that is Owen Salkala's right wrist. Something you don't want to see if you're a Newport Harbor fan, as that might have been the reason why he's had a little bit of some shooting pains. Salkala, one tough cookie with 20 points on the night. As Aliso Niguel will take it out. 1 timeout remaining. Newport Harbor with 2 fouls to give. And they're going to use one of them as Hudson Whitting will commit the foul. So that puts Newport Harbor at the limit. And Meissen will take it out. Meissen trying to find an open player, and he does. That is Keys, and that'll be the bonus free throw as Newport Harbor will now be in the penalty. Aliso Niguel will be at the charity stripe. It's all down to fate here. So Jay Keys at the line. Keys has come up big for the Wolverines. 14 points so far. Make it 15. And that gives Aliso Niguel a 2-possession lead, up 4. As Bob Trivia will call timeout. Might as well use those timeouts. You're not going to take them with you into the offseason if you somehow lose.
Yeah, that last free throw was impressive. Remember, Keys was the guy who had his arm torn as he was sandwiched between 2 Sailors. It looked like he was worried about a possible dislocation. He had his teammate tugging on it, trying to pop it back into place in the middle of gameplay, stepped right up to the line, and bang, swished a nice, easy free throw.
Tough as they come if you are Keys. As he's actually second in terms of scoring tonight. Jaden Meissen is the one that leads Aliso Niguel in points, as he has 17 on the night. He's trying to get to 16. Let's see what the free throw brings. Another free throw. And that's 16 points for Jay Keys. Newport Harbor has to go. They need a basket ASAP. Aguilar, no good on the friendly roll. And he'll go to the line for 2. Fincher called for the foul.
Yeah, that roll out there in and out of the rim was more impactful than those watching may know. That could have made it a 2-point game.
Aguilar sinks the first free throw. Pair of subs coming in for Aliso Niguel, being Chin and Irabarn. I imagine Cole Hawk is going to come in for Aguilar if Aguilar makes this free throw.
And if you're Keith Barnett right now at Aliso, after that first shot, you are getting any bad free throw shooter you have on the floor out of there ASAP. So one thing you can bet on right now is all 5 guys on this floor. Coach Barnett feels comfortable with taking a free throw here.
And that is a foul on Newport Harbor. Going to the line will be Miles Irabarn with 25.2 seconds remaining. This is going to be pretty much the foul game if you're Newport Harbor. Aliso Niguel has been pretty much automatic from the charity stripe. And there is the 10th point of the game for Miles Irabarn, only a freshman. That puts Aliso Niguel back up 4. Second free throw is good. So that gives Irabarn his 11th point of the night. And this is pretty much do or die for Newport Harbor.
Yeah, with the way the Wolverines are shooting free throws here, the Sailors are going to need a miracle.
Like Irabarn's going to be coming out for Fincher. Newport Harbor's got to go here. Here's Aguilar with it. Aguilar full head of steam. No good on the layup. Taken in by Myson, and Myson is fouled. And this is not looking good for Newport Harbor as Aliso Niguel is feeling the win on their hip. Going to the line is Jaden Myson. Led the Wolverines all night. He has 17 points. Make it 18. Feels like the basket is as big as the Atlantic Ocean when it comes to free throws for Aliso.
Yeah, and if the second one goes down here, Taryn, you can all but call this game over.
And that's only the second miss of the night for the Wolverines, but Myson gets his own miss, and that right there might be the dagger if Newport Harbor doesn't pull out a miracle. Myson, and this has just been the killer for Newport Harbor. Missed free throws, offensive rebounds, missing out on crucial opportunities. There, that one might be the dagger right there, as that is point number 19 for Myson. That makes it 20 points for Jaden Myson. And Newport Harbor is going to try as they may. It's going to pretty much, that'll be for naught. But here's a slam dunk by Saukala. If he's going to go out, he's going to go out with thunder and lightning as Bob Tribio calls timeout. That might have been the last 2 points from Owen Saukala. What a pair of 2 points right there. Tribio burns a timeout. 4.9 seconds remaining. Yeah, Newport Harbor would need a miracle. I mean, you would think it would be mathematically impossible. Here's the dunk again. Got to give something for Newport Harbor to be excited about.
Yeah, I think really the only math here that works is 2 stolen inbound passes that lead to 2 threes on back-to-back. And that is not likely.
Aliso Niguel, if they hold on, will host the second round, whether it's against Portola or Glendora. Wolverines wound up winning the Seaview League, went a perfect 8-0. Did run into some trouble against the perennially good Beckman. Also had a few close calls with Mission Viejo and Tribuco Hills. They're just going to inbound it, and it's a foul on Saukala. With 2.6 seconds remaining. Coming in for the Sailors will be Cole Hawk. And that's actually Saukala's 5th foul, so that is going to be it for him. But an amazing run for Salkala, finishing with 22 points. First one is good for Colin Chin amidst all of this. Chin with 6 points. Second one rattles in for the Wolverines. Hatziris going to chuck up a long 3-ball, no good, and that'll do it. Aliso Niguel goes on the road and proves why it was a league champion as they take down Newport Harbor. Final score 68-60 here at Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium, as the Wolverines, deservedly so, will host their second round matchup. Season does end for Newport Harbor here on its home gymnasium as they finish 16-13, but another playoff appearance for the Sailors. Just a tough way to end. You feel for this team, lost another double-digit lead, and they just couldn't hold on. So that will pretty much do it right there. And congratulations to Aliso Niguel. Hard-fought win on their behalf. And we'll go to a commercial break. When we come back, we have a post-game interview. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching TAR TV Sports on the NFHS Network. See you soon.
F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Series, America's best-selling trucks, 48 years strong. Now it's time for the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid 4x4. With an estimated driving range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow up to 11,200 pounds. It's tough, it's fuel efficient, it's a hybrid that gets the job done. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump. Hurry in today.
At Hogue Orthopedic Institute, there's no one better at getting you back to you. Orthopedics and spine, it's all we do.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today. The Ford F-150 Hybrid 4x4 has an estimated range of around 700 miles and the muscle to tow more than 11,000 pounds. Get the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid with 0.9% APR financing and start saving at the pump.
Welcome back to the conclusion of TAR TV Sports' coverage on the NFHS network of the CIF Southern Section Boys Basketball Playoffs. Aliso Niguel goes on the road and pulls off an impressive 68-60 win against Newport Harbor. Amazing win for the Wolverines, the Seaview League champions. They will be hosting either Glendora or Portola in the second round, deservedly so. But for Newport Harbor, the season does end at 16-13. Another playoff appearance, but unfortunately, this one ends a lot sooner than last year. Josh, what do you think just could have gone a little bit better for Newport Harbor, especially in that second half?
Yeah, I think it was the offense right at the beginning of the second half. They let Aliso Niguel get a lot of possessions where they made shots, and Newport Harbor really wasn't getting anything going. It took all the way until Antonio Hetziris had hit about 3 threes in a short span that really got the Sailors kind of fighting again. But, if you're not going to make shots over a 5 or 6 minute period in the second half in a CIF playoff game, it's going to be tough to overcome, especially when it comes to the free throw discrepancy that we saw here tonight.
Especially against a really good Aliso Niguel team. Wolverines held Newport Harbor to without a field goal for the first half of the third quarter and 5 minutes dating back to the second quarter. But you have to give credit to Newport Harbor. They didn't quit. They didn't waver by any means. It's just that missed free throws caught up to them. Offensive rebounds from Aliso Niguel caught up to them. Missed opportunities on the offensive end caught up to them. Just a lot of things just caught up to Newport Harbor in the worst way, and unfortunately that's their season. But this was one of their younger Newport Harbor teams. If you saw on Sunset Rewind, Bob Trivio said that this was one of the younger Newport Harbor teams as they return a good amount of their players. They will lose out on Owen Salkala, who had an amazing Newport Harbor boys basketball career, over 1,000 career varsity points, and he ended it off with a two-handed slamma-jamma. And we wish him nothing but the best going off to Johns Hopkins. But I want your thoughts, one last few thoughts overall, Josh Lee, before we sign off. What do you think we can expect from Newport Harbor going into next season?
Yeah, I mean, they have a really good core group of underclassmen that were playing very valuable minutes on this team. they got a lot of minutes in a very close home game against CDM last week, and they got a playoff game that was back and forth pretty much the entire time under their belt. So, they come back next year. A lot of those sophomores and juniors that were on this team, they come back next year with a whole lot of experience, and that should be a confidence builder as they come in and look to revamp their team next year and go back to battle in a tough Sunset League.
Some notable players that they do return: Marcel Aguilar. They also return Cole Hawk, and they also return Oliver Aguero. And then they also have Will Rauch and Grant Appleby, who they return as well. And they also have Liam Casey returning for their team as well. But those are the returners for Newport Harbor. The rest of the seniors, we wish them a final farewell. And we wish nothing but the best for our friends at Aliso Niguel as they will take on the winner of Portola Glendora in round 2 of the CIF Southern Section Division 3 playoffs. But that'll do it for this broadcast. Once again, Aliso Niguel wins 68-60 on the road. For TAR TV Sports, I am Taryn Rodriguez on play-by-play alongside Josh Lee. Make sure to follow TAR TV Sports on Instagram for our full broadcast schedule. And also catch us next time in the spring season where we will be covering the Newport Harbor Spring Sports. Might be sooner than expected, so keep an eye on that schedule. Once again, Instagram at TAR TV Sports. Thank you for spending your evening here with this matchup between Newport Harbor and Aliso Niguel in the CIF Southern Section boys basketball playoffs. For everyone here at TAR TV Sports and to our friends and family watching at home, thank you for being here with us tonight. Good night from Newport Beach, and we'll see you on the next broadcast.